Grand Rising. Just woke up, and I woke up with something else that needs to be clarified. This is for you because I really do want to stop talking about it, but it's important because you have a lot of delusions or misunderstandings. I know you're not stupid, but because you're so angry, everything I say, you twist. Okay? So I woke up this morning, and the very first thing I heard was when you were like, "You judged me." Okay, this is very important, okay? PTSD is not like a judgment thing. I mean, it is, but it's an alarm thing. When you do something that matches a previous experience, you set off alarms. If you do something that is contradictory to what you first said, that sets off alarms. It doesn't mean that you are a rapist or that you tried to rape me or that you tried to harm me. Because I remember you saying that. You said, "I would have never raped you. Are you trying to say I was trying to rape you?" I'm not saying that you, I know for a fact that you were not trying to rape me. Okay? I know for a fact. Defense mechanisms, they don't work like that. They're automatic. They're only based off a few little like those first few little red flags. And unless you can control it, or if I could control it, it wouldn't have happened. Damn it. It wouldn't have happened. I wasn't aware of exactly what it was that was making me triggered. I only know now, in hindsight, exactly what it is that you did that caused the trigger. But if you were a person of character, then you would have communicated before having sex with me. You would have done a lot of other things than what you did that night. You're not a person of character, of good character. You're not, unfortunately. And it took many years to figure that out. You're over here and you keep saying shit like, "You did this because I'm a good person. You knew I was good." Like I was trying to trap a good person. What did you do that was good? Did you take me out on a date? Did you buy me a gift? Did you call me a whole lot? Did you get to know me? Because we didn't have no deep, in depth conversations at all. Like we were just chilling, and I would talk about some of the stuff that I was going through, and we had no in depth conversations or anything. You didn't know anything about me at all. So, can you tell me what you did before that point that made you that I would have known made you a good person? Can you explain that to me? Can you tell me? I need to know. What things did you show me that you had good character before that day? I mean, because Tekken is a video game. Did that show me your character? What showed me your character before that? Nothing. We were just smoking pot. You know what I'm saying? So you're sitting here and you're distorting some of the things that I've said. I don't think that you would have. I don't think that you were trying to harm me, but there was no way to know. You did something that multiple people have done to me before, where you get me comfortable, you lure me in, and then you make your move, right? You also did that. There's no telling how that interaction, like, you were contradictory in your statement. A contradiction is a red flag. If you say you're not interested, and then all of a sudden, this looks like it's interest. You looks like you're interested in something. That's a contradiction. That's a red flag. Bad people can be contradictory. That's why Natanya's dad thinks I'm a bad person, because at some point I went from doing one thing to another and I changed my mind. So there is a level of allowance for people to change their mind, find a new perspective. There are things like that. But at first glance, a contradiction can automatically be a red flag. Okay. You have to do the investigation to determine if that person is good or not. Okay. So I'm doing the work to find out, but no point in time. Poor thing. Oh my God. So before we move to what I was just about to say here, you keep saying because like I went into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, which specifically was fawn, okay, and a little bit of freeze. It started with freeze, then it was fawn, then there was a lot of freeze. But because I keep telling you I went into these defense mechanisms because of my past history of being harmed. You keep thinking that specifically means that I thought you were harming me when that's not. You did something similar, alarms were activated. It does not mean that you yourself was bad. You just happened to step on one of those triggers. And long term, and now that we're here, we know that my assessment was correct and my defense mechanisms were accurate. Right? So I spent, a year, cuz after I left, I really didn't I really didn't worry about if you were good or bad or not. But before, like for the whole year, we're going back and forth, we're having these issues and stuff. I'm trying to figure out if you're good. And literally, there is nothing that you ever did for me, ever, that made you like nothing, nothing, nothing at all. No phone calls out of the blue, no, nothing. I, I'm saying phone calls out of the blue. There's 100 other things that you could do. And we've had conversations about what you can do to show that you care that's free and costs absolutely nothing. And you wouldn't do any of those things. There's nothing that I am in love with you, right? Or was. When I fell in love with you, I didn't even fall in love with you for anything that you did for me. I had to go above and beyond to look at how you interact with your people, interact with your friends and stuff, and just be like, oh yeah, I guess he's good, you know? Because you didn't do anything for me. You didn't take me out on a date. You didn't treat me with any kind of respect. You would talk to me, but you would only talk to me like right before sex. I mean, it was very bad. What you were doing was very bad from the jump. Before you even knew I had anything, you were already treating me bad, Lee. And I stuck with it because I'm like, no, no, he must be good. He must be good. He must. I mean, I liked him. He had a really good work ethic. That's the only thing I knew about you at 2.5 months in. I didn't do this because I thought you was a good guy. I thought you had a good work ethic. I liked you at work because you was little and you was picking up them boxes like it was shit. That was hot. That's superficial shit. I knew nothing about your character, and you made it impossible to find out anything about your character. I had to like snoop around on your fucking Facebook and see how you and your friends interact. I had to fucking see how you talk to your mom and do shit with your mom and help your mom. And oh, okay, I guess you may be somebody of character. Um, Now I love you, and because I love you, I'm gonna get this shit together. You know, there was never like you're trying to say that I'm claiming that you were assaulting me or attempted to assault me. I've never claimed that. What I am telling you is that when you made a move on me without any communication first, you activated alarms and triggers to cause me to behave in a way that I wouldn't normally. That's it. I'm not saying that you attempted to. That boy, I liked you enough. I liked you enough. If you would have talked to me, I definitely if you would have told me, I would have definitely told you. Or I would have just never sat with you because I liked you enough to not even bother to put you in the position to have to make the choice. I really would have just left you alone. Okay? And again, if you want to keep fucking acting like I preyed upon you or chose you out of some type of crowd after all I knew is that you had a good work ethic and you were cute. That's all I knew about. I didn't even know you sold weed. I didn't know anything about you. That was the whole point of us like hanging out to get to know each other. And it was impossible to get to know each other because you always had people in your house. I knew nothing. I knew nothing. Just oh, yeah. And you were laid back. You know what I'm saying? You didn't seem lustful. But I'm figuring out that you are. And that's 7 years later, realizing how lustful you are. 7 years later, I still don't know you. Still don't know you. But I do now because you have you dropped your mask when you revealed to me that you didn't have it, you hadn't gotten tested. You dropped your mask because you was cussing me out, you was doing all types of shit. And when you look at the list of 7 things that can determine if someone's a bad person, you do all of them. So I was accurate in my assessment. My alarms went off because it was facts. But then I went and I diluted and gaslighted myself into thinking you were good because you treated other people good. When the only thing that really could have determined that for me is if I actually just looked at how you were treating me, because you were treating me like shit from day one. We were having a great time, having fun, and then as soon as we had sex, you didn't treat me like that ever again. We never did any of those things that we were doing before we had sex. We had never done them again. You used me as an object from the moment I met you. And you know that. Let's not try to play. Because you've made it known to everybody how you was playing with me. Use the Mac, right? Use the G. Yeah. So you can't even deny that you were doing it. Okay? But I said that was the last thing I was going to say, but this is very important because you have it in your mind that I've tried to accuse you of trying to assault me or something, and that's never been the case. I never said that. You have twisted my words because you don't understand how triggers work, and you refuse to go get the knowledge. You just keep throwing shit around because you're fucking delusional. I've never said that about you. You continue to repeat that. Whenever we get in a disagreement about it, that is what you say. You continue to twist my words and you don't want to get no facts. You're not enlightened, my dude. Okay? You're not. You're not intelligent either. At this point, I'm sorry to insult you, but I just realized how unintelligent you are. How absolutely fucking stupid you are. And I thought you were intelligent, but I realized how stupid you are. And when I realized how stupid you are, it was when I was trying to give you some advice because you were having an issue. And I was like, you know what? I think I know a book about that. I don't read. I don't read books like that. When you told me that, we were already about to be at the 7-year mark. And I never knew you didn't read or nothing. So now I know you're stupid. Because when you have a problem and you don't consult a book and you're just sitting there like, oh, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. You don't have the life experience. It's not going to come to you. You have to fucking read a book. Dummy. Like, I'm sorry to insult you, but I'm not. Because I know you've been insulting me behind the scene. I know it. I can hear it. I have seen it. That's why you didn't know anything to get tested. You were sitting here, huh, you gave it to me. You touched me this way and I know I have it. And that's not even how it's spread. You didn't even go read about how it's spread. Anything. You're an idiot. But this right here needed to be cleared up. Very much. Because one, you're not about to make me out to be somebody that's accusing you of anything. I wasn't accusing you of anything except for not communicating before an encounter. And since I'm mad again now, later on, I don't know when, because I have shit to do all the time. I didn't even do what I was supposed to do yesterday. I was too tired. I'm going to post text messages between me and individuals I actually was going for. Now I'm gonna do it. Now I'm gonna make you look fucking stupid. Even more stupid than you already look. Because this shit done pissed me off. I have receipts of how I go in for the kill. If I'm interested in a motherfucker, and that's another thing too, y'all. This goes to show y'all's level of thinking. Like, the reason you went after me still after I told you I didn't want to is because y'all really think that bitches be playing at like a little game, like, oh, I'm not, I'm not interested. But they really are. You think that's what bitches be doing. Like, no, if we say it, we really fucking mean it. There is no, oh, I'm playing hard. I wasn't playing hard to get with you. It was the truth. And I can prove it was the truth because I got fucking text messages when I'm interested. When I'm interested, I let people know I'm DTF. I'm very bold. I don't need to bite my tongue about nothing. If I'm interested, I will let you know, hey, I'm DTF. What's up with you? Oh, you're not interested? That's fine. I'm fine. But I will let you know. I wouldn't play any games with you. Okay? So now we're gonna embarrass you some more, and I'm gonna post screenshots of me speaking with other individuals and how I came off to them, and the first interactions I had with them, I let them know right off the bat what I was trying to fucking do. I didn't do that with you. It doesn't mean I didn't like you as much either, because actually, you were my first choice. These people came after you, and I had to do what I had to do to feel better. I was getting under to get better, but that was then. This is now, right? That was 5 years ago or whatever. I don't know. Now we're just going to have to show you what it looks like when I'm actually interested in trying to get with somebody. Because the text between me and you, when me and you first met, all it was, hey, you trying to chill? Hey, you trying to smoke? Hey, you want to smoke? You hit me up. Hey, you want to smoke? Me hitting you up. Hey, I'm free. You want to smoke? That's all that was going on there. There was no in betweens for months. That the kind of conversations I have with you now, or not now, but where, I'm free to speak on what it is I want from you and when I want to see you and what blah, blah, blah. That came after we had sex. It wasn't like that beforehand. I wasn't hitting up your phone like, dang, I'm really thinking about you. I can't wait to see you again. I miss you. I wasn't talking like that to you at all before that day. And even a little bit after. It took me a while to start getting into that shit. You have like a whole recollection of how this shit went down, how I perceive it. All of that stuff is false and made up in your fucking head. And whoever else like tried to convince you of shit, because I know somebody's trying to convince. She just did that because you're a nice dude, and you're not a nice dude. And actually, yes, you are. Nice people are not kind. And I mean, I guess you could be nice and kind, but most of the time, nice has to do with theatrics. It's not really a real thing. You're just being like, maybe you're being courteous for a moment. Maybe you are doing it because you have an image to uphold. Maybe the things that you do that are nice are by force, and because you lack boundaries. This is actually, I had a conversation not specifically about you, but about kindness with my therapist. And this is what I said. I said, I am kind. A lot of people don't like me because they think I'm not nice. Because nice people don't have boundaries, okay? Kind people can do considerate things for people without having to mess with their boundaries, right? So for instance, one neighbor always wanted me to watch her child and want me to watch her child, but I had specific days where I could not watch her child. She would get aggravated with me when I did not do that, but I would always tell her, I'm sorry, I can't do it on this day. I done told you already, blah, 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 right? But she was getting aggravated and thinking I was like trying to play with her or not being nice. When it was kind for me to take your child anyway, you're just not going to disrupt what I got going on. I can't take your child on this day. You're not moving like that. You don't move like that. That's what I learned, but I didn't know these things. Okay. In hindsight, I could see that you don't have any boundaries. You're nice. You do things because you feel forced. You do things because you have an image to uphold, but you have never done anything kind or nice for me before anything ever happened. Well, yeah, before anything happened, because in that 2.5 months, what did you do? Did you offer me? We know we was matching, so you didn't give me nothing extra or nothing. We was matching. We was essentially smoking our own fucking shit. Did you take me anywhere? No, you did not. Did you? Hey, Ashley, I was thinking about you today. I hope you have a good day. You didn't do anything kind at all. Okay, so I just had to. You're not a good person. It's the worst thing ever to find that out too. You know what I'm saying? Like, to realize that you are not a good person has to just be the worst. You know, you're not. And so, damn it, there was something I was about to say to come back to, and I forgot it. I fucking hate that shit. That's why you gotta write shit down, because now I'm gonna have to talk about this shit again when it finally comes back to my fucking head. Damn. I really want to stop talking about it, but I'm being led to talk about it. And possibly speak about it on the internet is better than just texting you, because it's not like your name is being called out or anything like that. The only reason you know is because you know what you've been fucking doing behind the scenes. So when I get up on this thing and I start speaking, everybody knows who you are and you feel humiliated. You know, I know that. Face red. Red in the face. Embarrassed. And you should be. So I'm gonna have to now. I have to go watch the video and figure out what I was about to fucking say, and then I'll be back in a minute. Fuck.